Brands Corp is a portfolio of cannabis brands with licensing agreements in the states of Colorado, Nevada, and Maryland. The company markets their brands through various distribution channels, including dispensaries, wholesalers, and distributors in the United States and internationally. The company has 52 million shares outstanding, with management ownership sitting at 10%. CannAmerica Brands Corp is listed on the CSE under the ticker symbol CANA. I'm joined now via Skype by Dan Anglin. He's the CEO of CannAmerica Brands, and he joins us from Denver, Colorado. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me on Midas Letter. I'm excited to be here.
So I understand you're a former Marine. So tell us a little bit about how you find yourself in the cannabis space now.
I served in the Marine Corps from 1988 to 1992, Desert Shield, Desert Storm. I got into the cannabis space in 2011. In fact, I was part of the team that got the very first cannabis license in the world. Our license was 00001, and it was the first to be issued. So I've been involved in the industry from the beginning of the regulated space, and CannAmerica Brands is, where we've gone in the last 9 years from operating in cultivation and manufacturing and retail to what we've done now, which is an intellectual property company that licenses our brand to operators for a royalty.
So Dan, tell us a little bit about CannAmerica Brands and what you do.
CannAmerica Brands was formed out of Americana, which is a brand that started in 2015 in Colorado in gummies and other types of concentrate-based products in the regulated cannabis market in Colorado. When we decided to expand outside of Colorado, it became very clear that we needed something a little bit outside of the box. So we created an intellectual property company that allows operators in other markets to be able to license our intellectual property, our techniques, our equipment, our supply chain, and our packaging. So we take a royalty fee with our partners in the 3 states that we're in right now for every unit that is sold in that market. It's a very turnkey situation for operators, and it's worked out very well for us. Our focus in the cannabis space is to expand into every market, whether or not it's a confection allowable market, meaning edibles. We've got products that fall into every category.
Okay, and I understand you're in Maryland, Colorado, and Nevada. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Yeah, and are you expanding to any other states at this point?
Yeah, we are actively engaged in a discussion for a deal in Massachusetts, which is a recreational state with limited licensing. So we're very excited about that. Our brand is based on, my experience as a veteran and really kind of capturing that feeling of the freedom of expanding the legality of marijuana across North America and the world, and it's very well received by consumers. We expect great things to happen in Massachusetts. We also have a LOI. We're doing the due diligence in the state of Oklahoma, and we've targeted Michigan, Illinois, California, Washington, and Oregon as potential states for 2019 into 2020.
Okay, and I understand you also have an LOI with Mexico. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's the other side of our business. So we've created another division called Hemp America, and information, is coming out slowly as we build this. But Hemp America has developed a beverage line that we expect to begin distributing this quarter, hopefully as soon as the end of May, into major retailers across North America. What we're also doing is working with Cerecea in Mexico, which is a group that is expected to get a hemp processing license as well as potentially a cannabis license to work with them in Baja California on large-scale extraction of raw material of hemp into crude oil, distillate, and isolate. additionally, we've done an LOI with a company in the United Kingdom for distribution of finished product brands. And that deal looks really similar to our cannabis licensing deals. We're going to provide them with products and packaging and marketing for hemp-based products into Europe. Finally, in the hemp space, we've also signed a deal and formed a JV with Invictus MD, which is on the CSE as GENE, Gene. That's a company that Gene Simmons is involved in. And they recently made an announcement on Gene's brand of sodas, Rockstar sodas. So we think it's very important for us to continue to create these types of relationships. And although these LOIs have just all been extended, it's primarily due to reviewing regulation and ensuring that the business model that we've created will be allowable in those countries and states that we're working on with hemp.
Okay, so you really have your hand in a lot of different cannabis products, from what I understand, right? You have flower, dried flower, you have edibles, CBD, hemp, oils. Am I missing anything?
So I used to do flower many years ago, but when we created CannAmerica brands, this is all oil-based products, finished products. Yeah, in the U.S., flour was not really something that could be branded, right? There's a lot of complexities to it. There's a lot of ownership concerns of the creation of the strain. And so we basically focused our energy back in 2013 on perfecting the oil extraction process and creating products that consumers would like. And then in 2015, we launched CANA, which became CannAmerica in 2017. So we've got a long history of this, and I think what's really important for investors to understand is, our position in the industry is one of consumer confidence because we've been doing this for so long. And I think the industry has also responded very well to our brand. Earlier this year, I was named as High Times top 100 influencers in the industry. I've also, besides been developing products, been involved in legislation. Prior to getting into the cannabis industry, I was a legislative analyst and a lobbyist for the state's Chamber of Commerce here in Colorado on other issues like firearms and manufacturing in general. So our understanding of the legislative landscape, the way that the plants creating products and creating brands that consumers can really connect with and trust and have that confidence in the brand has been successful. I think our first foray into licensing outside of Colorado was Nevada, and we chose Nevada because of the high tourism numbers. Currently it's about 45 million a year that visit Las Vegas. And with the NFL building an arena in the city of Las Vegas, that's going to reach somewhere around 60 million annually. So we know that those visitors enjoy many different activities, including consuming cannabis. So what it's done is it has exposed the brand to the world. And I think, what's important about being on Midas letter, in fact, I've had many investors and shareholders tell me that I needed to come and talk to you because they watch your program so much. I think the concern that we have is that the company is not that well known in the market. And so we've been doing roadshows in Toronto. We've been doing roadshows in New York because we're also listed on the OTC as CNNXF. Okay. So it's very important for us to connect with the investor community, explain the business model, have them meet management, understand what we're doing. And then, of course, on our website, CannAmericaBrands.com, they can learn more about the company. And then at CannAmericaCO.com, they can learn more about our product line.
Okay. And for investors that are interested in investing in your company, how many shares are currently outstanding?
So we have 52 million total shares. I think the float on that is somewhere around 16 million. At any given time, we have excellent volume happening some weeks and slow volume other weeks. And I think those slow volume days are just based on the fact that we're a micro cap, small cap company, and people are just now learning about us. We went on the CSE the day before legalization in Canada. So October 17th was when we went live, and we're now 6 months into being a publicly traded company. Our end of year just ended March 31st, and our financials will be out sometime in June for review. And we anticipate that as people learn about the fact that our overhead is low because we're not an operator, we don't touch the plant, and our margins are high. We have right now a margin of 67% because we really don't have the operational costs as a typical cannabis company. We're a cannabis brand, not a cannabis operator. So we don't have all the cannabis taxes. We don't have all the cannabis fees and the enormous salaries. This is managed very lean, basically because we're a supply chain company that manages the marketing.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to hearing more about your company, and good luck.
Thank you. I'm really pleased to be on Midas Letter, and just know that folks are watching you all the time, and I really got a lot of requests for me to get onto this show, so thank you for having me.
Pleasure.